The Stanley Cup window is still open. It never closes in Vegas. We'll talk about it next right here on Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi again, everyone. Tony Cordasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. Find us wherever you get your podcast. I am a longtime sportscaster, a marketing consultant, and the host of the Believe in Vegas podcast. Chris, a day one VGK season ticket holder. He is the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports and the collectibles editor of the Hockey News. Coming up ahead, as well as our top story, Trevor Connelly gets injured in the World Juniors. We'll talk about that. And can the penalty kill improve? It is safe to say, Chris, I think a year ago, right, during the offseason, we felt that window to return to the Stanley Cup and be a contender was slightly closing, right, with lengthy extensions, aging players, i.e., Alex Pietrangelo, a lot of wear and tear on
bullet dodge there. I hate to say it like that, but bullet dodge there.
Right. And then, again, there were just some question marks at this time a year ago around Tomas Hertl, Noah Hannafin, and a roster primarily filled with a lot of depth pieces. However, now you have two superstars in the lineup, Jack Eichel and Mitch Marner, on your team in the prime of their careers. And it definitely extends that window to be Cup contenders.
It's so funny because there's been so many naysayers from the 17-18 season about the Golden Knights, this long doom and gloom rebuild coming. And, 2 years from now, it's going to be terrible. Then another 2 years from now, it's going to be terrible. Another 2 years from now, it's going to be terrible. And then McCrimmon goes and finds a way to keep the window open till, conservatively speaking, probably around the 2030 ballpark, right? Let's just assume Eichel's going to get an 8-year extension. I think it's going to happen. I don't know if there needs to be a lot of concern, although the temperature rises very, very slightly every day. It doesn't happen. But let's assume Eichel's going to be around for a while. So you're going to have Marner, Eichel, Hertl, Howden. Going on the defense side, you're going to have Theodore, Hannafin, Korczak, and then goaltender Aiden Hill are all between 2030 and the year 2033. So this cup window isn't open for another season or another 2 seasons. This cup window is open until the year 2030. And by the way, the salary cap will continue to rise every single season between now and then. So you have a core that's a pretty darn good core, coupled with a general manager who definitely needs to use Monarch Money to find a way to save some money and stuff like that, because that dude just spends recklessly, but finds a way to keep cup contending teams out there. You like the Monarch Money earlier there?
He does need a personal CFO. For VGK to be successful, as we've seen in the past, right, they need to bank points this upcoming season again. It is critical that they bank points early because it just gets to be real difficult later on in the season. You've got the Olympics break, and then you go into a long and lengthy road trip. Second half of this season concerns me a lot, and we talked about this on the show that we know that the Golden Knights are going. You have to realize the Golden Knights are going to need to have some depth, a lot of depth there in the second half of this season. That's what's going to be the key.
October and November, whatever the posted points totals are for the month, take the over. December, fade, because that can go either way. January and February, take the under. March and April, take the over. That's about the formula for the Bruce Cassidy era of the Vegas Golden Knights right now. Pretty decent start all of the seasons. Middle, the dog days of winter, so to speak. Certainly the team struggles, and Injuries have been an issue as well in the middle part of the season. Not that anyone else doesn't have injury issues, but it seems to take a bigger toll on Vegas than normal when comparing to other teams. And then the team usually kind of gets hot down the stretch and setting up for a playoff run. So, yes, banking those points early will certainly help the upcoming season, no doubt.
What do you think about now this roster made up of some good youth pieces? And then, of course, you've got the veterans, the guys with experience, the guys in their 30s, like Riley Smith and Brandon Saad. And now Colton Sissons is also in the 30. We need a 30-30 club, 30 goals and the age 30.
30 goals, 30 assists, age 30 and higher.
All right. But what do you think about the mixture of youth and experience?
I think Kelly McCrimmon is a genius when it comes to roster composition, and it's something that a lot of other teams should do their best to emulate. You look at the top side, like is Mark Stone might be the oldest player on this team now, beside Pietrangelo, but he's
next on my list to be in that Pietrangelo category. I'm concerned about him and the wear and tear. We'll see how he performs this season, but we'll see how much tread he has on that tire.
Riley Smith is a year older than Mark Stone, but Riley Smith's expected impact to the team, obviously, he's not the captain. So, yeah, I mean, it is a real nice mix, right? You start with the core, all these upper 20-somethings, which is the core prime for most players in the National Hockey League. You have the youngsters as far as Pavel Dorofeyev goes, Alex Holtz, if he ever, figures something out. Obviously,
Kaden Korczak is just 24 years of age.
Exactly. And even Zach Whitecloud, he's in a great spot. Obviously, we have concerns about him, but he's at that age where he can still elevate and improve his game. And Aiden Hill, 29, Schmid, 25. So, yeah, I mean, it's like I said, the Stanley Cup window is cliche as it sounds, there's no last call in Vegas, and the Stanley Cup window just doesn't close. And this is a full credit to Kelly McCrimmon finding ways to do just the most remarkable things. I mean, you look at teams that have found the hacks, if you will, since the cap era started: Chicago Blackhawks, LA Kings, Tampa Bay Lightning, Florida Panthers, Vegas Golden Knights, and they've all done it at separate times. Although Florida and Vegas are kind of coexisting when it comes to that, I guess.
Yeah, I had a shave, by the way. I was looking.
I shave too. My daughter always yells at me when I give her a kiss goodnight. If I don't shave within like 6 hours of that, she gets pissed off.
The women rule that Golick household. There's no doubt about that.
Cheers to that.
In the off season. So, first of all, you're saying now the window extends now.
I'm going 2030. I'm saying 2030. I'm saying 2030.
Say five more seasons.
Yep.
What comes first, the window closing or the stadium there on Trop and the Strip is built?
I knew you were going to go to that right there. I got everyone in a tizzy with that post about the sandcastles. So setting the table, me and Tony were talking offline after yesterday's show a little bit, and I'm like, I was watching like a time lapse of the A's baseball stadium being built. I'm like, all they've done last 2 weeks is move crap around. It's there's building sandcastles out there. So I put a post out there, and 55,000 views later, I got some people like Final Vegas like, yep, this thing ain't happening. And I got some other truthers out there like, you hate baseball. It's like, oh God, shut up.
Yeah. On the podcast, I said it's happening, but not under the current ownership group.
I see people saying that. I see people saying it's not even going to be the A's still. Like, this is fun. They're building a stadium. They got no idea what's going to happen.
So much
it's awesome.
Controversy there. It's terrific.
I love Vegas.
The Golden Knights, they filled a huge void, and Kelly McCrimmon said after the season, we are going to go after maybe he was tampering already, but he said we're going after a top 6 winger. And lo and behold, they come up with the miracle man here in Mitch Marner. But again, like you said, a 5-year window, you have 2 players in their prime in Eichel and Marner, and the sky could be the limit. I'm just still a little bit concerned about all those ancillary pieces around them.
All day. I mean, listen, it's never going to be a perfect roster. And, again, the Florida Panthers are the gold standard, very close to the Golden Knights, very closely behind right now. And you look at the way these rosters are built, and it's never going to be all 18 skaters and 2 goaltenders perfectly clicking. And there has to be some give and take. And a player like Tomas Hertl could be the take, depending on what side of that you're on. Will Hertl stay healthy? Mark Stone, like you said, et cetera, et cetera. So, and Braden McNabb, his run is remarkable. He's 34. Who knows?
Yeah, and will Aiden Hill be the goaltender in 2030? Nah,
That's a fair question.
That's a fair question. Coming up next, VGK's Trevor Connelly, the prospect, injured yesterday in the Juniors Summer Showcase. A lot of concern there. We'll talk about it next right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Have you ever checked your bank account and wondered, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, a Cardasco special, and entertainment, it's so easy to lose track. And that's where Monarch Money comes in. It's your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You absolutely can track everything from all your accounts, investments, and spending all in one place. That's right. And you just stop managing your money and you start to build wealth. And again, I started to use Monarch and I realized that I'm spending too much money online shopping. And then we go out
I'm
to
scared
eat.
to look.
Me and friends just about every day. Like, there's no food in the kitchen here in the Cardasco household. We go out to eat just about every single day. It's a Vegas fridge. We call it a Vegas fridge. So take control of your finances today with Monarch Money. Use that promo code LOCKEDONNHL. You'll receive 50% off of your first year. That's right. Go to monarchmoney.com. Use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL. 50% off of the first year at monarchmoney.com. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. We are creeping up on Friday already. No, it's just we've got a few days. But don't forget, it's WTF Day on Fridays. Saturdays, sometimes the Chris Times Chris Jr. show. Please subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. Trevor Connelly, who VGK signed recently this spring, I think, to that 3-year entry-level contract, was injured yesterday in the junior showcase game against Finland. And he was a player that collides with a Finnish player, looked behind the net. You couldn't tell what sort of injury again, but the fear is that when they took him off the ice, he was unable to put any weight on that right leg, and he's had right leg injuries in the past, and that's a concern right now. He won't return for the summer showcase. He was the starting left winger for the USA Blue team, and I'm looking back here at his medical history. That is, I believe, his third knee injury. He missed games in Providence with 2 knee injuries, and he missed some of the VGK development camp with a, quote, undisclosed injury. Man, this could be cause for concern here if it is that right leg once again, where he's had some serious issues and we don't know the severity of it, but it did not look good.
Yeah, I got the hit playing on loop here, just kind of watching it. Number one, keep your head up. This is a learning opportunity for a young player.
When I said Connelly got injured, you go, keep your head up. Well, you're talking to me or to Connelly?
No, I watched the play. I watched your link first.
Okay.
No, so I mean, the play, to set the scene, defender kind of poke checks Connelly. The puck is out of reach for Connelly. He's got his head down, and he sees the player coming at the last second, and he tries to dodge it by pinching himself on the boards. And this, I mean, if this is an NHL defender, Connelly is on his back and just in a bad spot, although he's in a bad spot. But if you watch the hit very closely, if you focus on his right foot snaps and hits the boards at full speed. So anywhere from knee to ankle to a broken leg, any of those things are in play. There was no update, but with the only update that I saw from a random Twitter account was there was no update, but he's likely done for the week at the least. So
Yeah, he's done for the week. We know
yeah.
that.
So the hope is this is just a minor thing. You mentioned back in October there was a recent injury with his lower body as well, possibly the same leg.
No, it was the right leg. It was against Arizona State when he's playing at Providence, and it was a non-contact knee injury.
He was jumping. He like jumped to try to avoid something, it said, and yes, when he came down, caught a rut or something like that. So it's unfortunate. Not that there's much silver lining if it's a major injury, but he's young, can bounce back from it, or this is the beginning of a lengthy injury history for Vegas's likely top prospect, someone who has an outside chance to. I mean, if you talk to a lot of Golden Knight fans, he's going to make the day one. He's going to make the opening day roster. I didn't see a path to that before this injury. This injury definitely doesn't help. So you hope Connelly's okay, but this is just a harsh reminder. Whether you're out there with me playing with the beer league old dudes on in the morning, or out there in the NHL or in youth hockey, you got to keep your head up, or these things happen. It's a clean hit. It's a clean play. Just keep your head up, kid.
Connelly and Brendan Brisson on the opening day roster this year. I think
beer league.
We still have a lot of hope here. At the scouting combine too. He had a quote minor knee injury. See, I just see a pattern here and could be injury prone.
It is starting to become a pattern, yeah. So we're not dragging the kid. We're just talking about the reality of his injuries right now.
No, we're not dragging him at all. We're just saying that
the reality is there's an injury issues with the prospect.
In the last year, okay, and we don't know in development camp what that injury was. I thought the injury was actually a non-injury where they just wanted to shield him from the media and get any more fan exposure. And they saw what they got out of him early on in that development camp, what they needed to see. That was my personal opinion. But all the other injuries, the combine injury, the knee injury against Arizona State in October, he tweaked it again, I guess, when he lost an edge. And now we've got here in the junior showcase a potential injury, and all that together, yeah, there is a cause for concern.
No doubt. And like I said, this is the top prospect for the Vegas Golden Knights on paper, at least. And top prospect means top trade bait right now. This is possibly the Golden Knights ace up their sleeve, going down early on. So again, the hope of this is a minor injury, right? I mean, there's not much of an update being that this game happens far, far away, and not a lot of media coverage and stuff. So you really won't know much for, a week or two. Maybe if it's a major injury, we'll find out something soon about surgery or something like that. We hope that's not the case. You hope he's okay, because the Golden Knights do need him ready and available, whether it's developing at the American League level or being part of that trade bait that helps the Golden Knights find a path to getting 3 of the top 5 picks from the 2015 NHL entry draft. I still think it's so funny.
They're going to start working on 2016 now. That's
Austin Matthews. That's Austin Matthews. Let's go.
19 years old, of course. Trevor Connelly, the 19th overall pick in last year.
Manny Tkachuk. That's another one from that year.
My gosh. This is crazy. Yeah, that's funny. That would be wild if they can score some of those players or any of those players. But they even hide injuries in college, because I was looking I knew it was a knee injury, and I'm like, what knee was it at Boston College?
I noticed that too. I didn't see. I was trying to find if they specifically said.
I found it. I had to dig for literally over an hour plus.
Did you have to dig as much as like the cranes and the bulldozers at Trop and Las Vegas Boulevard?
Is that a moat around the baseball field? That would be fantastic. But they're doing away with all the water features on the strip.
Fake water.
It would
like fake grass, fake water.
No, we need the moat with alligators and all that. It would be a lot more fun there. But yeah, like you can't even find the injuries in college. They play games. It's like right leg injury. And then I was like, is that a knee? Then I further explore it, and it says it was a knee injury. And then it says finally the right knee. So it's that right leg he's had some serious issues with. And I think that it is a major cause for concern. And I don't think he'll be there come opening day of camp. I'm just saying, they're going to go slow, I believe, with any sort of rehabilitation. He does want to play in the juniors tournament, the official one. This is the summer showcase. That will be in December, January. So hopefully, he's okay for that. And hopefully he's maybe he is going to be ready for camp here. But I think they're going to take it very slow there and make sure that he's right. So that, that's 3-4 injuries. 5 injuries perhaps in the course.
Rush it, get him right in
the course of a year plus. Even at the combine, he was injured. Coming up next, can the penalty kill improve? We'll talk about it right here on Lockdown Golden Knights. Welcome back from Las Vegas on Lockdown Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting from Las Vegas. And thanks for making us your first listen every day. Please subscribe to Lockdown Golden Knights, the YouTube channel. We know VGK excelled on the power play. We had a discussion a little bit, top line the other day, about finishing second in the league this past season, but we did hone in on the power play, I must say. But on the other end of the special teams, we did not dig in on what was an abysmal penalty kill, 26th in the league with the penalty kill. The biggest issues that I saw, Chris, that I noticed, turnovers on the penalty kill.
Yes.
Was it Pietrangelo just put it right on someone's stick? They kept trying, and then they couldn't clear the
There's
puck.
A couple times where he's trying to just elevate the puck from behind the goal line, and which is a standard play. He just fanned on it a few times. Bad luck, but yes, it happened a lot.
No puck luck. And then the turnovers, and then also the inability to just clear the stinking puck. And they did, though. They kept trying to clear the puck in the center of the ice, right in front of your goaltender. Just take a whack at it and get it out of the zone. But those were the biggest issues that I saw. What about you?
No, I'm with you on that. And rankings are interesting here. 24, 25, 26th overall, 23, 24, 16th overall Stanley Cup winning season, 19th overall. So that tells me that you can get by in the regular season without having a spectacular kill. But if you go to 2024-25 regular season, Florida Panthers looks like they were 9th overall. 23-24, it looks like the Panthers were 5th or 6th overall. Carolina, LA, Rangers, Philly been up there a lot. So, there's a couple different paths here to having a good penalty kill and how important it is to doing well in the regular season and such. Concern, obviously, no Alex Pietrangelo. And we say no Alex Pietrangelo, we're saying not a healthy Alex Pietrangelo, not last year's version of him.
I believe, to the best of my knowledge, that when Pietrangelo, and don't quote me on this, Pietrangelo and Hanifin together, I think that
I never liked those two as a pair.
They were outscored, and it was not the same. There was no chemistry. We talked about chemistry here. There was none.
And that obviously is taking care of itself with Pietrangelo missing likely the rest of his NHL career, unfortunately. Couple things here I was digging into, trying to figure out maybe what the team could do to improve on the penalty kill. One, Mitch Marner is going to be an improvement. You look at the top forwards over the board, a combination of Eichel, Stone, Marner, Riley Smith, William Karlsson. I waited four players to even mention William Karlsson as far as the penalty kill and such goes. So you look at, and obviously Sissons is going to be a very big part of the penalty kill with his face-off ability. So the forwards, very good, solid, very, very, very solid forward core for the kill. On the defense side, this is where the concern happens. You want Shea Theodore out there on the kill? Braden McNabb obviously will be fine. Korczak, I think, will be okay out there. Lawson, we'll see how well he can kill. Zach Whitecloud, McNabb. McNabb, yes. Whitecloud, question mark.
No Hanifin. You didn't mention
Hanifin. I even forgot to say Hanifin. He'll definitely be out there too. So on paper, the defense is okay.
Too many men on the ice.
Outstanding. That's it. Yes, too many men on the ice. But one more thing here I was thinking about is, well, maybe the team can find a way to take less penalties, and maybe they can draw more penalties. Well, the Golden Knights, as far as penalties taken, were number 1 overall in the league. They only took 5.6 penalties per 60 minutes, but they don't draw a lot of penalties. So if they can draw some more penalties, that means possibly less chances for the other team to have penalties on the ice, have power plays.
It was a 76% success rate this past season for VGK. And just again, getting the puck out of the zone, do you think that it's because they're trying to get a breakout and go back the other way and trying to score shorthanded over just taking a whack at the stinking puck and getting it out of there? That's the way good old-fashioned hockey went. That's the way you're supposed to play hockey.
If Coach Cassidy has a coaching vacancy, maybe you should get your resume going. And
I'd
you
inspire
can coach
him.
the defense and the kill right there.
I would inspire him for sure.
You can take John Stevens, right? He's the defense side. So
I'd be swearing a lot like Vern Lundquist did in the new Happy Gilmore movie. It's kind of funny when a play-by-play guy,
either way,
play-by-play guy is swearing on TV. That was good. Okay,
pretty good. No, I mean I hadn't seen the Happy Gilmore movie. I don't know if I ever will, but whatever. So as far as the kill goes, I mean, yes, the Golden Knights, the power kill has been a day one thing here in Vegas with William Karlsson and Riley Smith, their ability to turn the puck up and score shorthanded. So yes, there maybe is in the back of their mind, maybe they are thinking about a way to turn the puck up, but this team's pretty responsible. And Coach Cassidy, as far as the defense and everything, it's a conservative system that's designed to take advantage of other teams' mistakes for a quick rush up the ice and, transitional opportunities and odd man rushes. That's Coach Cassidy's MO. It's been like that for his entire career, basically. That certainly falls to the penalty kill as well. Take care of home first, and then if you get a chance to move it up and generate a scoring chance while shorthanded, fine, so be it. But they're at least the mindset is play responsible, but it doesn't always work out like that as well. I mean, it's you get a chance, you try and go, and you might turn it over, and all of a sudden you're in a bad spot.
Yeah, I think that they were looking to just have the rush back the other end rather than playing defensively and just clearing the puck there. So who would your 5 starters be on the penalty kill?
Well, 4 starters likely, unless the Golden Knights get a new rule where they can put 5 out there.
Well, you have a goal.
No, my first 4 over the board, starting with the defense, probably Hannafin and McNabb.
Okay.
As far as
Marner's got it.
Sissons Marner.
Sissons Marner. Yeah.
Sissons for the face-off.
I would like that. I think that could click. We just know, and Marner, when you watch Marner, he does clear the puck. There's no nonsense. He just gets rid of the puck.
And people are going to say, well, why not Jack Eichel for the first? Well, Jack Eichel sucks at faceoffs. Let's just be realistic here when it comes to that.
But Marner sucks. He doesn't have very small
samples. Well, Marner doesn't take faceoffs. He takes maybe 15 faceoffs a season. So, but you got to win that. You win that draw. Like here's the way it goes, right? If they win that draw, they get a clear. Sissons gets off the ice. Out comes Jack Eichel and Marner together. Now you'll probably see a lot of that.
Yeah, but if there's face-off opportunities, how's that going to play out? That's not that great, right? You have Marner doesn't. If you have Eichel and Marner, you have 2 players. One can't win very many face-offs. The other,
you start Sissons. You start Sissons. You start Hertl or William Karlsson, all over Jack Eichel.
Okay, so you would say Eichel, just let him rest on the.
I would say. You run out Sissons. If Sissons wins that draw, he gets off the ice. Out comes Jack Eichel. You change on the fly immediately.
Okay,
that's what you do.
That's fair. Like offense for defense type thing that we substitutions and such.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Second unit would be whom now?
Second unit.
You
let's assume Eichel doesn't get out there right away. Eichel maybe on Eichel and Karlsson probably.
Eichel and Karlsson with the
Eichel, and we haven't even mentioned Riley Smith on the kill. Like that's the crazy thing here. So that's how deep they are as far as defensive forwards right now. Riley Smith, one of the best penalty killers in the history of this town. We're probably putting as the fifth killer.
So you think he'll be the 5th guy though, right?
It can be. I mean, again, it depends.
They have a lot of They have a lot.
It's a good problem. It's a good problem. I mean, the penalty kills should improve, but again, without a healthy Pietrangelo, there are concerns on the back end. That's gonna be the narrative all
Pietrangelo
year.
and
The defense.
Hannafin were minus, man. They were minus on the ice together. Like they gave up a ton of
Of
goals.
course, but Pietrangelo, from a totality career perspective, you want him on the ice in the
not circa
healthy
20,
version.
24,
The healthy version of him.
25.
Yes, of course.
We appreciate everyone tuning in, especially our everydayers. Thank you so much. Of course, Friday is WTF Day. And please subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. From a man, Chris Golick, I'm Tony Cardasco. We'll be back again sometime this week. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Please take care.